Still did it. We're good. It's okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. Let's go live. There we go. The late great Barry White. Can't get enough of your love, babe. Uh huh. Sure. Why not? Good morning, Double R Radio. Here we are, Wednesday morning, Hump Day Wednesday, live on Facebook. Stop by and say hello, and I'll say hello back, and all this other good stuff, and we'll be good to go. Man, why do I keep on getting this thing? I'm gonna X this baby out right there, and we're good to go. Anyways, got my coffee working right now. Still shaking the cobwebs here, man. Yesterday, should I say, yesterday afternoon, it wasn't even nighttime. Yesterday afternoon, I went with my buddy. We went to, what did we go to? Twin Peaks, right here on Blanco and 410. Had some cold ones and some wings and some chips and dips and all that other good stuff. Good morning, Chala. Good afternoon, Primo. Roger Rivas. Good morning, Primo. How we doing? Also, Michelle Cohen, the ever so political Michelle Cohen. Good morning. How we doing? Happy Wednesday, she says, and happy Wednesday back at you. You know that let me just say this. Yesterday, I was in one of those kind of moods to where, man, I really didn't feel like working, and now usually I work till 6:30, sometimes even 7 o'clock. But yesterday, my buddy says, "Hey, man, let's hook up for a couple of beers, man, and talk about yesteryear, the T-Town years, and stuff like that." Sure, why not? So took a break from everything, went out there, Twin Peaks, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think they got very good hamburgers, but their wings, they suck. They're terrible. I'll never order wings from there again. I'll go for a beer there again. I'll order a hamburger or something like that, but wings, eh. Forget about that. Not gonna happen. Anyways, let me see here. Where we at? Don't want to miss out on anybody here. Good morning, Chad. I'm at the Star Reyes. Buenos dias, buenos dias. Double R Radio sponsor, Cindy Martinez Hernandez, San Antonio, Texas. Let's see what's going on out here. I got a couple of things here for you. We'll go here first. There we go. Check this out. Crazy story. A Dunkin' Donuts employee was fired. Fired! Adios! Isn't that terrible when somebody gets fired, especially when you're the one getting fired? Now, you're probably wondering, Robert, have you ever gotten fired? Yeah, I got fired a couple of times. But when I get fired, this is the way I see it. If I'm going to get fired, I might as well go out in a blaze of glory. So I'll start yelling at them and cussing at them and calling their mom and their dad and the tío, la tía, la abuelita. I'll throw everybody under the bus. Why not? You got nothing to lose, right? Um, you'll probably never see the person again, the one that's firing you, so you might as well do whatever you got to do. Now, I've been on the other end too, where I needed to fire somebody, and I really didn't want to, and even more so, I fired this person on Christmas Eve. Who fired somebody on Christmas Eve? But that's another story. I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's get back to the Dunkin' Donuts story. Now, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, his video went viral because obviously Dunkin' Donuts, they don't sell all their donuts. So what do they do with the donuts they don't sell? They throw them in the trash. Well, this Dunkin' Donuts employee said, "We shouldn't do this." He thought to himself, "We shouldn't do this. Instead of throwing the donuts, let's give them to the homeless people." So a video went viral where he was getting the donuts that were supposed to be taken out to the trash, and he took them across the street to a homeless person. And well, when Dunkin' Donuts found out about this, they fired the guy. Don't you think it makes sense if you're going to be throwing away food, you're going to throw them away anyway? Hey man, give it to somebody who may appreciate it, right? The dumpster's not going to appreciate it. So the employee got fired. His video of him giving the donuts to a homeless person went viral, and now Dunkin' Donuts is in a world of trouble. There you go. What's going to happen? I don't know. I really, really don't know. Good morning, Chad Aganata. Cynthia Gonzalez Ramirez, Double R Radio sponsor. Cynthia Gonzalez Ramirez. She says, you really shouldn't go live when you got Barry White running. I gotta choose, Robert. No, you don't. There's no choice there whatsoever. Amiga. There we go. Also, good morning, shout out to Mr. David Mata says, listening on my car's Bluetooth and at the drive-thru at Taco Palenque, I-10 and Wurzbach. Hey, dude, that Taco Palenque, David, back in the day, I used to live out there, man, no lie. Wurzbach, Gardendale, I used to live out there. And I'll never forget the night Taco Palenque burned down. True. Ask one of the employees there. He'll give it to you straight, man. Taco Palenque had burned down way back in the day. They did, man, and I'll never forget that because I used to go to Taco Palenque on my way home from the pedo, being out there with the boys. I used to go by Taco Palenque, two fajita, tall soda, and I was good to go. Then when they burned down, that was the end of that. So I got when you don't got Taco Palenque, you go to Jack in the Box. At least I do. There we go. Anyways, good morning, shout out going out to Mr. John Smajek. Good morning, brother. How we doing? Jets and Rockets in La Casa. There we go. Anyway, so getting back to the Dunkin' Donuts story, the guy's been fired, and people are siding with the employee, and even more so for getting fired, just trying to feed a homeless person donuts that they were going to throw away anyway. There you go. Anyways, let me just say this. I'm going to get on here on a serious note here for a little bit. Let me go here. I want to make sure I got over here. We're good to go here. There we go. Yeah, the fajitas are pretty good there, David. They really, really are. Also, don't they got, I think they have tripa tacos, right? If y'all ever had tripa tacos, do y'all know what those are? Tripas are intestines. Do you know what intestines are? Intestines is where, well, anyways, cow intestines. They're so good. They really are. You deep fry them, they come out nice and crispy. You put some guacamole on there, some grilled onions. Bam! Ice cold beer. You're good to go. Now, anyways, getting back to my story, I met up with my buddy yesterday, Mr. Gary Borak of Farmers Insurance. If anybody needs insurance for any kind of reason whatsoever, contact my buddy Gary Borak, Farmers Insurance. If you need contact information, send me an email, send me a message, and I'll give you all the lowdown. See if he can help you out with some car insurance, home insurance, whatever the case may be. Life insurance. He's the man. He really, really is. I've been with him for like 20 years. That being said, in our conversation, in the conversation we were having, he was telling me this past year, New Year's Eve, he came down with COVID, on New Year's Eve, and he was giving me some of his lowdown. And he was telling me that he didn't lose sense of taste, but he lost sense of smell. And he said he knew something was wrong. He knew he was sicky. He said that he would take his dog out for a walk, and he's the kind of person that when you take your dog out for a walk, you're supposed to pick up the poo poo, right? You got to pick it up. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of people don't do it. Well, he was out there and walking the dog, and when it was time to pick up his dog's poo poo, he said, "Hey, usually you smell it." He goes, "But this time I couldn't smell it." So he put it close to his nose. He goes, "I couldn't smell it, man." He said, "I knew something was wrong." Now, that being said, I'm going to say something here that I've never said before. And all kidding aside, let's put all the kidding to the side, no joking whatsoever. Back in December of this past year, back in December, I never said this to anybody, only to my circle of my loved ones and friends. But I came down with COVID-19. I didn't know it at the time, but I did come down with it. I didn't come out with it earlier when I had it because I don't want to worry anybody more than the people that are just my tight circle of family, my loved ones. But I didn't know it at the time. Mind you, it was Christmas Eve. I was great, good to go, wearing the mask, blah blah blah. And I remember I was doing the rounds, going to my son's house, going to my daughter's house, dropping off gifts for the kids, the grandbabies. Well, my grandbaby Mia she was just getting over COVID. She was just getting over it, and I got careless. I just said she's good to go. She don't have it no more. Didn't wear my mask when I went to go visit my daughter, and the following day I was going on a little vacation. I went to the Beau Rivage out there in Biloxi, Mississippi, and that's when I knew. I said, I don't feel right. Something, I just didn't feel good. It was, I just wasn't there. I wasn't feeling the same. And then that evening, I went and bought some little knickknacks from the grocery store. You get potato chips, bean dip, pork rinds like I do, peanuts and things like that to have at the house and whatever. I mean, to have in the room, right? Cold beer. And when I bit into the pork rind, I couldn't taste anything. And I said, I've got COVID. That's when I said, I have COVID. And although I felt okay, I didn't. It was kind of like que sí, que no kind of a thing. But I weathered it out. I wore my mask, drank lots of water, and mind you, I still drank 2 or 3 beers. Eh, because I'm out here, man. When in Rome, right? I said, I'm gonna be okay. I can get through this. When I finally came back from that little trip, I was at home for 2 or 3 days, and it took me 3 more days to get over the hump. But that last day before I got rid of my COVID, I got to tell you, man, I went through a lot of chills. I really, really did. And but I got through it. I got through it, and hey, man, it's an experience that back when I was going through it, nobody wants to go through that. Nobody does. But now looking back at it, I'm kind of glad I went through it. I experienced it, and I was very lucky because I know people who weren't as lucky, weren't as fortunate, and passed away. Like I said, but on my end, I'm very, very blessed that I got through it, and that's why even more so when I went to go get my shots, I said, gotta get them, man, because I do not want to pass it on to anybody else. So it was really something to share stories of having COVID with my buddy Gary Borak. And mind you, I've never mentioned this on my radio show till right now. At the time when I was going through it, I was still doing the radio show, but I didn't mention it to anybody or anything. My kids, yes. My circle, my loved ones, yes. My family, but I didn't want to worry anybody, man. I said eventually sometime, some way, somewhere, I will talk about this. And this is the someday, sometime, somewhere, and there we go. But anyways, I got through it. That was back in December, and I feel a whole lot better now, no doubt. I mean, got through it, got my shots, and time to move forward. So there we go. That way now you can say, hey man, Robert had COVID also. Well, I did, and I got through it, and life goes on. There we go. Now let's see here. How much time do I got? What do I have to say? Let me do some. I think we're good. There we go. I think we're good. We're good with everything here. We're good. Yes, yes, yes. Bam, bam, bam. And yeah, we're good to go. Anyways, I tell you what. Where are we at? 9:08. Do not forget at 10 o'clock this morning. Momentum Palm playlist kicks off at 10 o'clock, 10:08. 10 o'clock all the way till 7 p.m. Partnered up with Double R Radio, but I ain't done yet. Let's keep it going. Lisa, and the Cold Jam. Good morning. How we doing, everybody? Wednesday morning it is. Let's get back to the morning show. Join me now, robertrivasradio.com. Simple, robertrivasradio.com. One more time. Oh, by the way, when I finally got my taste buds back and everything, you don't learn to appreciate your taste buds until you don't have them. Man, I didn't have any taste buds whatsoever for about a week. Anything I ate, terrible. No taste. Jello, didn't matter. No taste. So when I finally got them back, vámonos. I eat like 10 times a day, man. I was, this is good. This is very, very good. And really, man, but you don't appreciate your taste buds till you don't have them. There we go. Good morning, John. I got out there. Rosemary Romero said, good morning, Robert. Have a blessed day. And you as well, amiga. Get back to the morning show. RobertRivasRadio.com. Join me now. Ow.